Yeah, I wouldn't so much bet on her sticking around so that she can answer questions. I think she probably stuck around so she can have some beer and snacks. Mostly some beer. Okay, pretty much entirely for the beer. I'm pretty much sure she's here for the beer. Ah. Wow. It's beautiful. What a spectacular view. The rye planted last fall seems almost ready for harvesting. Now, I thought rye could only be harvested in the fall. Well, the soil in this area is supposed to be extra fertile due to the warm climate, so things are a little different here. The view really is amazing though. It looks like something out of a painting.
The Ministry of Railways wishes to thank all passengers for their patronage. This transcontinental train is bound for Crossbell. The next stop is Keldick. Passengers traveling to Bereahard, please change trains at this stop.
Almost there. Guess I should wake Instructor Sara. So do you see why it's called Trails of Cold Steel now? It's because it's about trains. Trains ride on trails of cold steel. You get it? Smart title, I think.
Wow, so this is Keldick.
It seems like a really relaxing little town, though there are a lot more people here than I expected.
I imagine they've come for the Grand Market. Even merchants from other countries regularly come to see it.
Sounds like this place is as popular with the tourists as the capital then, but for a whole different set of reasons.
Keldick's also widely renowned for their local beer, which they make using rye. But you're all still minors, so I'm the only one here who gets to drink it.
Are you trying to make us jealous?
We don't really care, you know.
Anyway, let me show you to the inn. It's, right over there.
Okay, let's go.
Well, well, I hadn't expected to see the Purple Lightning herself in such a quaint little town. And the chicks with her seemed like an interesting lot, too. No time for that now. I have more pressing matters to attend to.
Hey there, Margaret. Well, if it isn't Sara, what are you doing here? I knew the kids were coming, but I didn't think you'd be coming with them. Oh, I just figured I'd help them get settled in before I left. And here they are, my lovely students. Well now, aren't they all a youthful-looking bunch? It's a pleasure to meet you. We're first-year students from Thor's Military Academy, Class 7. I'm Marine. I'm Elisa. Thanks for putting us up. The pleasure's all mine, I assure you. I'm Margaret, the owner of this humble establishment. Sara here is taking care of all your arrangements. Come, I'll show you to your room. So thank you, ma'am. Much obliged. I'll leave you to it then. Luis, can I get some beer and snacks? I'll bring them right over. You do know it's not even noon though, right? This is your room. You're all going to be staying... This is the room you're all going to be staying in tonight. Wait. We're... all? Yeah, this is... a really nice room. Wow. More than enough space for our needs. Thank you very much. But there are 4 beds, which means... Are you suggesting we sleep in the same room as the boys? I had my doubts about that too, but Sara insisted, so that was that. I had broke the beds into groups of 2 to make things less awkward, but that was about the best I could manage. I don't... This is going to be a problem. I don't have a problem with it personally, but I can't imagine the girls will be quite as accepting. Elisa, I don't believe we have a choice here. We are military students. We mustn't allow the prospect of mixed gender accommodations to faze us. I know that, but in the army, women share rooms with men. It's a fact of life, born of necessity. You will need to adjust to this reality sooner or later, and this does seem a perfect opportunity. Okay, I get it. But if either of you 2 comes anywhere near our beds, I wouldn't dream of it. Likewise. I wasn't talking about you, Elliot. I was referring to a certain someone else who already has a history of this kind of thing. Maybe if we chain Reen to the bed. I thought she'd gotten over that. I guess not. Anyway, now that your room's all sorted, let me give you this. Isn't that our Academy's emblem? Does this contain the details of our assignment here? That's what I've been told, yes. Well, if you need anything during your stay, you just let me know. For now, I'll leave you to get settled in. Alright, shall we have a look inside? Yeah. Okay, let's see what we've got. Field Study Day 1, Assigned Tasks. A dangerous monster has appeared near the highway and is making it very difficult for us to harvest our crops. Could someone please help us? Monster, Scary Dinosaur. Location, a plateau near the East Celtic Highway. My house is alongside East Celtic Highway, so please stop by if you can. Cyro. I need someone to replace a malfunctioning orbit light and a road lamp for me. For more details, see me at Oddman's Arms and Orbital Factory, Samus. I've run out of some of the ingredients I need to make a particular medicine. I would very much appreciate it if someone could procure me more. Or could procure more for me. Please speak with... I can't read anymore. Please speak with me in the church for further details. Study area is defined as 200 Selge radius around Celtic. Each student must record his or her activities daily to be remitted to the instructor upon request. So, this is our field study? It just looks like a list of menial tasks to me. There is a monster elimination request at least, but that's the most we have. I see, so that's your angle. Excuse me? Did you figure something out? Oh, no, it's nothing. We should go and talk this over with Instructor Sara. She probably stuck around specifically to answer any questions we might have. You may be right. And while we're at it, we can grill her about this communal room she signed us up for, too. I don't know, this is like a really nice room. I mean, it's got a whole, like, barista and a big desk. And look at this couch. You can fit the entire class 7 on this thing. I don't know. I understand that you don't want to share beds, but like maybe we could move the beds over here and move the, I don't know. It's a nice room. Look. If this room was my room, oh yeah. Wait, can I go in these other doors? I can sneak in here and talk to people. I can talk to her. This truly is the very image of a commoner's lodging. I mustn't complain though. Having shelter from the elements is all I should be asking for. You guys don't know it, but this character is actually important. I mean, not super important, not like super important, but she is a reoccurring character of some value. How about that? We'll put it that way. I didn't know she was in here. It's kind of cool. I discovered something on my second playthrough.
Nothing hits the spot quite like a cold beer.
She looks like she's having the time of her life.
How many pints has she downed already? It's not even noon.
Oh, you kids are still here? I'll just be hanging back and enjoying myself. So go on ahead and get started. Don't mind me.
We have questions for you, though. What's with these field study tasks?
I'm glad they're not as difficult as I was expecting, but they're just so...
Well, it makes sense you'd have some doubts. You only need to do the ones it says are required, though. Feel free to just ignore the rest if you want. I don't care. Up to you how much or how little you want to do.
Stop being so irresponsible and...
Wait. These kinds of decisions are as much a part of our field study as the tasks themselves.
Oh, what?
What do you mean?
You have 2 days. Trista isn't far from here, so you'll be returning to the academy tomorrow evening. Until then, you can spend your time here however the 4 of you see fit. Every decision rests on your shoulders. I won't be forcing you to do a thing.
She sobered up fast. Okay, so what's up? You have this look in your eyes like you piece something together. Well, does this relate in some way to our free day this past week? Specifically to your activities during that time? Oh. Yeah, now that you mention it. Exactly. I spent this past free day doing various tasks on behalf of the student council. And while one of them did involve going back into that old schoolhouse, the rest were just simple requests for assistance from the locals. In other words, exactly the sort of thing we've been asked to do here. And by the time I'd taken care of everything, I felt like I'd learned a lot about Trista and the academy. So I think we've been given a similar task here for a similar reason. That would definitely make sense. I mean, all I know about Celtic is what I've read. There's probably a lot we can learn by actually coming here and helping people out like this. Indeed, the land of Erebonia is quite vast. This may be an invaluable opportunity to gather local knowledge of a place we may otherwise never have visited. Yeah, exactly. So whatever various and sundry things Instructor Sara may have planned for us, I say we just work our way down the list while immersing ourselves in Celtic culture, taking in as much as we can. Sounds good to me. Count me in. Heh, this actually sounds pretty exciting when you put it that way. Shall we depart then? During field study periods, the party is assigned a variety of tasks to complete, much like on Reen's free days. Details of these tasks can be confirmed via the quest tab of the notebook. When all tasks with the required mark have been completed, the story will advance. Note, however, that any quest listed with a short time limit will become invalid when this happens. Welcome, this is the shop's Orbital Factory. Oh, you wouldn't happen to be the student from Thor's, would you? That's correct, we're here in regards to your request. It involved replacing the orbment light in a road lamp on the highway, right? Could we ask for some details? Sure, let's get right to it. As you read, one of the road lamps on the western highway stopped working the other day, and the cause of that is the orbit light inside it breaking. So basically, I want you all to go switch the broken orbit light for a new one. Speaking of which, here you go. So all that's required of us is to simply replace the broken one with this then? Yep, that's about the size of it. So where exactly on the western highway is it? Once you're on the highway, keep heading north until you can see a place called Lunaria Nature Park. There's a windmill in front of it that you can't miss. The lamp's near there. Make sure you check the maintenance panel to be sure that it's the right one. It'll have BO2 written on it. Near the windmill in front of the nature park. Understood. Is it safe to leave such work in our hands? I believe none of us have any experience related to this. Don't worry, pretty much anyone can do it. All you're doing is taking the light out and putting the new one in. Simple. I guess the most difficult thing about it is remembering the code to unlock it, but you can just write that down. There's a code? Yeah, you need to input it so you can open the maintenance panel. Let's see here. The code for BO2 is 466515. 466515, got it. Oh yeah, almost forgot to mention, the light from the road lamps actually repel monsters. So in other words, in places where there's no light, they're much more likely to appear. So keep an eye out when you're replacing it. The last thing you want is to be caught off guard by monsters. I see, thanks for the warning. That's pretty much it then. Would you mind heading out to do it now? Leave it to us. Let's go then. Excuse me, are you Father Zerbal? That's correct. And you would be? Oh, I see. You must be the students who will be helping with my request. That's us. We came here from Thor's military academy. I suspected as much. Thank you for taking the time to come and speak with me. I'd like to request that you collect the ingredients I need to make some medicine. Do you have the time to do this request for me? We're ready to help. My thanks. Can I ask what sort of medicine these ingredients will be used for? It's essentially medicine to deal with the common cold by strengthening the body's immune system. Many people tend to catch it during spring and fall, when the temperature switches between hot and cold, you see. This is why I ended up running out of it in the first place. Ah, that makes sense. I've had to rely on the church for medicine a bunch of times too. Definitely made my life easier, haha. Agreed. We owe much to the vast amounts of medical knowledge the church possesses. We really do, especially since modern pharmaceutics still can't compare to it. You students certainly know your stuff, but getting back to the matter at hand, there are 2 ingredients I want you to collect for me. The first is a medicinal plant known as a bear claw, which grows in humid areas. It's not common to find them growing in Celtic, but you can still get them at the Grand Market. There's a drugstore run by a man named Flint. Tell him that I sent you. I'll note that down. The other ingredient I need is imperial carrots. You can get these from a farmer named Paul who lives in a farmhouse on the West Celtic Highway. Again, simply tell him that I sent you and he should share some with you. Understood. That should be it then. Is there anything you'd like me to go over again? No, that's fine. Which of our 2 destinations should we make our way to first? Doesn't seem like it'd matter. Yeah, I agree. We'll be off then, Father. I will be awaiting your return. Wow, look at all the people here. Yeah, it really is bustling. I guess there's a reason people come from all over to visit it. Look, over there's even someone performing. Ah, I could see myself spending hours here. I see no harm in taking this opportunity to shop, as long as it's done in the process of completing our field study tasks. Yeah, it would be a waste not to see what all this town has to offer. We'll just have to make sure not to get carried away. Hey there, sorry, but I'm still setting up shop here. I had a bit of an issue getting stuff sorted out, but it's cool. I've got the spot right at the entrance, so I'll be getting all the customers either way.
Wow, check out all these stalls!
Welcome. Anything specific you're looking for? This must be the store that Father Zerbal mentioned. We're here on behalf of Father Zerbal, actually. He asked us to come here to collect a bear claw from you. Oh, is that so? Here you go then. Thank you, sir. I'm surprised at how thorny this is, though, considering it's a medicinal herb. Its resemblance to a bear's claw is where it gets its name from, after all. Unrelated, but my supply of them happens to come from Liberal. They were flown in from Heimdall, where I had them sent along by train. Wow, really? Guess it just goes to show how much of a big deal this market is. Yeah, there really is a bunch of unusual stuff here. The market's popularity is well justified. Well then, we should make our way to the farmhouse on the Western Highway next. Yeah, let's get this over with quickly. Who might you be? I don't recall seeing any of you around here before. Do you have some form of identification? Soldiers? Wait, I think I recognize those uniforms. We're students from Thor's military academy. We're currently visiting Celtic as part of a field study. Thor's? You mean the Thor's? Now that you mention it, I do recognize the emblem. My apologies for any rudeness. We're members of the Croizen Provincial Army. Our main duty is to keep the peace in Celtic. The Provincial Army? Isn't that... They're military forces operated by the ruling lord of each province, charged with maintaining security. They function as a secondary unit separate from the formal Imperial Army. I never heard of any field study program at Thor's. Seems a little early in the year for something like that too. But many graduates of your academy currently serve in our ranks. So you be sure to uphold the academy's good name. Don't do anything you shouldn't. Thank you very much. We'll be sure not to let you down. I'm glad to hear it. Take care now and keep your noses clean. We will. That concludes our patrol. Back to the guardhouse, men. Yes, sir. Man, he was scary. If they're the Croizen Provincial Army, doesn't that mean they're ruled by... Yeah, Eustace family, the Albareas. Celtic is in the northern part of their territory, after all. I think it would be best for us to keep out of their way. We should return to the task at hand.